All right, the music has started and you are listening, and now for the first time ever, actually motherfucking watching.
In 3D.
In 3D.
Yeah. Put your glasses on.
The John and Tommy Show.
Whenever
all right.
you see the flashing lights, put your glasses on.
Woo! With Pipus and Kendra, and they're going to tell us all about some cool shit.
Yeah.
I had a crazy day. I was supposed to spend a day actually like doing like 5 seconds of preparation. Didn't happen. So...
Well, you know what? I was going to say, hey, John, look into these guys. Here's what they do, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? I go,
you take the lead.
And I said no. And I go, this will be better. As you say a lot of the times, you go, save it for the podcast.
Save it.
Save it for the potty. He says that all. It's like his mom.
Well, we literally meet up and then we talk about all the shit that we've been doing. Before we do the fucking podcast, and then we don't know what the hell we're going to talk about.
I've heard a couple of complaints that you and I actually just talk too much over people, so we're gonna.
Oh yeah, it's totally.
We're actually made. It's mostly made.
Say, it's you way more than me.
Yeah.
Well,
so okay, John and I are extra people on the podcast tonight. So our stars would be Pipus the Wise, Kendra Uncut, also known as the Hoverboard Twins, aka
also known as a Public Cinema Club, the Wild Card.
Yeah. Slash public cinema cult.
Yeah.
There's nice.
A lot of this stuff going on there.
Yeah.
So Tommy, you were like, "Yo, we gotta have these guys on."
Oh yeah, Gino's really excited about having guests on. Gina can't be here tonight.
We're excited too.
Yeah. I think the first time I was aware of the work you guys did, probably like a lot of people tell you, they did this video that was fucking really good, hilarious, went super viral. It was a Philly kid rapping with the fidget spinner, right? It was like this super popular thing, and then I heard like, oh yes, like I was like, who shot this? They're like, oh, right there. They're like, oh, these local guys, blah blah blah. That was sort of the first time I became aware of them, but definitely the first time I met Pipus was. How tall are you, Pipus?
I'm like 6'3".
6'3"? Okay. He's like 6'7". Yeah. I think he was wearing a jumpsuit and he's like hoverboarding down Frankfurt Avenue when hoverboards, everyone had hoverboards. And I said, who's this guy? Like a fucking alien?
Yeah.
Wait, is that actually a real thing? Like a real hoverboard? Like
yeah, like not like Back to the Future, like ones all the cool kids have, like the blinking lights. And I was like, who is this dude? And he's like, I'm Pipus. That was how we met. But why don't we tell us a little bit about yourselves?
We make videos together. We make weird comedy videos. Yeah, you mentioned the music video we made for Maddox. He's a very talented, very young musician from Philly. I fuck with him heavy. But yeah, we made a video for him that blew up. But we also make a bunch of like narrative stuff.
How old is Maddox? He's like what, like 13?
I think he's 13 now.
Yeah, he's 13.
Maddox just sounds like a name where you can't get older than 13 or your life's fucked. You know what I mean? You can't be like, he's 52. You know what I mean? It just sounds like...
At least like he's not one of them kid rappers with young in the name. Those guys are just setting themselves up for disappointment down the line.
I'm not young anymore. But yeah, we've been making videos together for like forever, for at least like 5 or 6 years now. We made a ton of stuff. We made a bunch of documentaries and did stuff for Super Deluxe. We went to Sundance with a documentary, which was cool.
The Sundance one, you guys were in there for the Kelvin, the deer whisperer.
Yeah, cool game, Kel, the deer whisperer. He went viral for feeding deer in his backyard, and we made a video about him.
So yeah, that was from what I heard from you guys. It was a fucking straight up G move. It's like you guys are like, hey, this guy's like really blowing up on Instagram. He does these. It's this kid from Central Jersey.
He's from the Poconos. And
he's from a lot of places, but he was in the Poconos.
Yeah, he moved to the Poconos and he didn't like have any like friends there. It was like right after he graduated high school, so he just started hanging out with like the deer in his backyard and like playing basketball with them and like feeding them powdered donuts. And like we saw like an article about him like right when he first started blowing up, so we just like sent him an email and like in the description, it was just like in all caps, Ballin award-winning deer documentary. And then like we sent him a video of us hoverboarding and like
and he like fucked with it like super hard. And he's like, all right, like you can come to my house like on Saturday. I got work at 5 and below at 12, but we can shoot the documentary before. So we like shot this video in like 2 hours.
Before you had to work at 5 Below?
Yeah, at the time, you know. And
in the meantime, wait. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. This is probably what I think I saw this kid on Instagram. I was like, this kid's amazing, man. He's like fucking hanging out with deers. He's like super cool.
I'm pretty sure he has over like 2 million followers.
What?
Yeah, he's like he's huge now.
So how old was he when you guys shot that documentary?
He was 17.
Yeah, he was 17.
It was like literally like 3 days after.
Yeah, we've been making a bunch of videos that blow up off of, I guess, young boys.
we're like young boy whisperers. Pause. Yeah, no. Yeah, so like we did that. It kind of blew up, and then we started like licensing a bunch of videos. And then like to like different media companies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys were sent with Kelvin, the deer whisperer, to Mexico.
Yeah, and that happened last year.
And that's what you. Okay, so you won the Sundance thing, or you got invited to Sundance.
Yeah.
Based on the
first video.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all kind of a surprise.
How many hours did you work on that?
Well, we shot it for like 2 hours and edited
it
in
for like
2 days.
Yeah, edited it in 2 or 3 days.
Fucking hard work.
But, like,
Well, the whole time we were shooting it, or the whole time we were editing it, like we used to have this joke where we would say like, "Oh, this video is a real Sundancer," like, and we always like joked about making our own film festival in Philly called Sundancer, like, and we're like, "This is a real Sundancer. This is really good."
But yeah, like once we edited it, it was like actually like pretty good. So we were like, we might as well like shop it around, and we knew somebody who had a contact at Super Deluxe, so we like sent it to them. And they ended up licensing it, and they submitted to Sundance, and we submitted to South by Southwest.
Yeah, it was funny. Like I didn't even I was like, I don't think it'll get into Sundance or any films, or any film festivals, but maybe it'll get into South by Southwest. And so I submitted there, and like it was funny. Like we didn't hear back from them, and we didn't get in. But then we got into Sundance, and then like a million other film festivals.
We were like super
because
surprised.
of course, yeah, you get into the Sundance, it's kind of like they're like, oh shit, man, get that.
People just see
we're behind the 8 ball on these guys.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure there's like all kinds of incentives they can throw out there. It's like that. Well, I'm curious about that film festival world. Our good buddy CT. It's funny. I talked to him today, and he was very upset he didn't get into the Philadelphia Film Festival.
Yo,
What?
All the ones he got into.
Yo, CT made the most fire stop motion, claymation, western.
Shout out to CT.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
CT.
So yeah,
I think he's in Austin right now, or maybe
No,
he's
he
back
got back. Yeah, he got back. So he got accepted into this called the London. I think it's short film festival, like big ones. But the fucking Philly one, and this honestly, he said it's the only one he wanted to get into just because he's from Philly.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's kind of messed up they didn't.
and then
Super messed up.
right. So
Could have had an after party here.
yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Damn it.
Whoever's in charge of picking fucking films for Philly Film Festival, fucking suck it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Suck my
yeah.
dick.
Now that being said, these guys were in the Philadelphia Film Festival, right?
Yeah, we got in the Philly Film Festival last year, and
For the deer.
for the deer
Okay.
video that was in Sundance.
And what happened? Did you have fun at the premiere?
We didn't show up.
Man,
It's kind of messed up.
Man.
Baller move.
I forget. Well,
You should have
there
just
was a
sent
lot
in
of
an
other-
acceptance video. Hey guys, sorry I can't be while you're on like a
I
boat somewhere. You know.
forgot. I don't know.
Well, so after we started working with Super Deluxe, we licensed more videos with Kelvin to them, and then eventually we just like pitched like a trip to Mexico where would go down there with him and
very
make
fucking
animal squads
professional
with him.
series too. Like, okay, so they're pretty. I would say you guys are like super productive. You're always putting out stuff, right?
Just say I thought you guys were super productive.
Yeah,
Yeah. I used to think you were
until I
productive.
met you. No, they're put out a lot of stuff, and a lot of it's like it's my kind of humor. It's like this Tim and Eric ish, like just kind of like offbeat humor, but it's got a very particular sense of like style to it, its own stuff. And you guys play a lot of good parts. Maybe we can get into some of them. But this one series that you did for Super Deluxe, the Deer series in Mexico, it was great. It had this kid Kelvin, and it was like it had a lot of heart to it. You guys were making tacos with locals in Mexico. Yeah, I think you had an encounter with a tiger.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, it didn't make it to air.
We can't talk about that.
We're not legally allowed to talk about it too much.
Okay, I'm Mexican.
Actually, because
This goes along the line.
No
Man, this is great. This goes along the lines of not showing up for your film festival you're accepted to. Legally can't talk about the tiger. I love it.
Okay, well, the tiger thing was
I want to legally not talk about some shit.
The tiger, maybe I can talk about it then. Like, it was something like they were just finding all these crazy Mexican animals, and one of them that was offered to them was a tiger. And and some guy shows up with a tiger on a rope. Like, just like smacking it and like walk around, and like the tiger rears up at one point.
Hey, Tommy, scoot forward.
The guy,
you can just move that. You can move that like crappy IKEA desk.
Well,
too.
yeah, it sounded fucking sweet, man. It sounded like an adventure.
It sounded really cool. We couldn't show it on air just because some people are worried about nothing or worried about certain things.
No, for sure.
But like there wasn't anything wrong going on. But
it was too scary. It was supposed to be a scary
honestly,
show.
it was one of the scariest moments of my life because we were filming Kelvin with this tiger, and this guy was like, "Oh, you guys want to see the tiger?" I was like, I thought we were gonna go to like a cage and just look at a tiger. He's like, "I'll be right back."
In Mexico.
And then he just brings the tiger out on a leash, and we're standing in the courtyard, and this tiger starts running around us, and the tiger's dragging the guy, like running around us, and the tiger's just like starts nipping at us. And honestly, like, I'm not a scaredy cat anymore, but I used to be a scaredy cat, and I would have never put myself in that situation if I wasn't filming it. And I was like, all right, well, like, I'm not gonna worry about this tiger about to attack us because we need to get the shot or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, it's like if he's gonna die
for
one thing.
Oh, Kelvin did. I mean,
Kelvin
he's a
definitely
total
did
G.
it,
Like,
I mean, if he dies for one thing, it's gonna be for the shot.
Yeah.
Well, who's the guy that the two guys from Vegas where the one guy got his face
Siegfried
basically?
and Roy.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you were saying that story about the tiger, I'm like, that's what would be going through my head. I'm going, oh my god, a tiger's gonna fucking make you like a monster. He's gonna paralyze you.
The crazy thing about the
return you into Siegfried, dude. I don't know what they never showed that guy.
Yeah,
never. It's been years.
He lives in a basement now.
They probably keep him alive. Like, you know.
Yeah, I think
fucking that tiger went wild.
Yeah, I mean, I think animals have been super normalized. Just people watching them on like Planet Earth and programs like that, and like from their home, like on screensavers. But then like they still are wild animals. So when
are you coming out as anti-Planet Earth?
You must.
I'm just saying animals are still wild. Even if
they are wild.
TV.
Yeah, you must have been terrified. I mean, if I saw a tiger on a fucking leash.
Well, here's the thing. Also, this guy who is holding
it
on the leash.
You know what's funny? I'm looking at you in the coat. I'm like, is there somebody I know who would probably own a tiger on a leash? I'm like, I can see. It's cool, man.
I see that new band name, Tiger on a Leash.
He's trained. He's fine. Leave him in the office. Feed him tacos.
The crazy thing about the guy that was like holding the tiger on the leash was like earlier that week he had been bitten by like an incredibly deadly snake and was in the hospital and almost died. So his one arm was like swollen up like crazy. And he's telling us about how he's like actually like the #1 exotic snake handler in Mexico. But like he was just like had his one arm that was just like boom, and then like the other arm was just getting dragged by the thing, and it was just like, well, you almost died from snakes. Like, I hope we don't almost die from tigers. Like,
yeah, right.
But it was cool. But yeah, the Mexico series was super fun. It was tight. We worked on it for like a year. Like, honestly, like from like pitch to
a lot of people are scared to go to Mexico. Like, normal people here, like nowadays.
Yeah,
Mexico's kind of chill though, right?
Yeah, that was like the point of the series. That was sort of like our like sort of subversive like idea behind the series. I don't know. Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, Mexico's super chill. There's a lot of like really awesome people there. But yeah, people are just scared like for certain reasons. But I mean, maybe like there might be some like dangerous areas there, but there's dangerous areas everywhere. But yeah, Mexico is.
I'm like fairly sure I almost got killed Friday night in Philly, like coming home from that warehouse on Watts. I was like, I think someone's gonna. I was walking home, like I think this guy's gonna shoot me. Didn't happen, but yeah. Yeah, I think Mexico is fucking fun.
Yeah, and you know, with like all the politics behind it, we just wanted to like do a series where it's like, yeah, we're like showing Kelvin with these animals here, but really it's kind of also about like how nice people are everywhere you go, and how there's a bunch of cool animals, and you can have a good time anywhere. You know, and like we don't have to be afraid of other people. You know,
we're gonna do a shot.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
hey.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, cheers.
Shout out to Chris from Skeleton Lipstick, who's hanging out here as well. Studio audience.
Shout. Oh, fuck.
Thank you.
Wrong tube.
Photo Club. Thank you, Sauce.
No, I'm just really bad at taking shots.
So,
I'm really good at taking shots.
John, what did you think?
So John just watched some of our videos.
First reaction.
Yeah, they were fucking incredible. I mean, as far as there was so much shit there to process, is like I feel like I feel like you watch a video like that and you're like, wait a minute, like I gotta watch that like 7,000 more times because of like the amount of shit that was going on. And
yeah, it's for like it's definitely for an ADD generation.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Right into the brain tubes.
Immediately, where my brain goes with that kind of stuff is like I think about like how the video is made, all the shit that goes into it, but more so than anything is the fact that like, and I get all fucking stupid thinking about this kind of stuff, but like in the age of like you know, fake it till you make it and like stuff that's like. With that, it seems to me like the way you guys got started, like putting shit out that you thought was really fucking cool, and everybody else attaching themselves to it, whereas literally most things are like the complete opposite. You know what I mean?
People just like talk about doing stuff a lot.
Yeah, or just I don't know.
Actually, yeah,
they don't actually like. There's like no substance to it, you know, where it's like all substance, and you're like, yo.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, instead of, like, promoting ourselves and trying to get people
you don't even
behind
fucking
us,
have to.
Yeah, we're just, like, getting people to, like, act and stuff, so, like, they're
like,
just,
not showing up for the film fest. You're like, fuck it, we don't have to promote shit. We don't have to show for this fucking shit. It doesn't matter, you know?
Oh, we're back on the film fest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad.
Yeah.
that we did.
That's all good.
I'm not proud of that.
Yeah. I know, I don't mean to harp on. Yeah.
I think I went partying out the night before.
You guys showed up in fucking Sundance though, didn't you?
Yeah, that was wild. That was fucking crazy.
We smoked weed with the director of the new King Kong movie.
Whoa, nice. That's awesome.
Well, I said like
it was like a really funny story. Like Pipe bought all this weed from this guy, but had no papers, and we're at this Vimeo staff pick party, and he was like, who here could possibly have papers? And most people there were like wearing suits and ties, like industry people. And then there's this one guy just wearing like a fucking crazy mink. And like had like a beard and like really long hair.
Yeah, he had this crazy big like fur coat and like a big fur beard, and like I was like, I don't know, I got papers. So I like walked up to him and I was like he was talking to like some like chick who I think she was like a big like DP or something, but like I was like, yo man,
for people who don't know,
DP
stands for double penetration, right?
Director of photography.
Okay, director of photography.
So then I was like, hey man, sorry, like, do you have any papers? And he was like, oh, are you profiling me because I have this fur coat on? I was like, oh shit, I guess I kind of am profiling you. But then he was like, I got some blunts. So then like,
well, the thing is, Pipe doesn't know how to roll blunts.
Yeah, So I'm a big like joint guy. Like I roll papers all the time, and I've rolled blunts in the past, and every time it worked out well. But I wasn't able to roll a blunt on this occasion.
Yeah, he went down to the bathroom and like in Sundance, there's like or like in what's that say? Park City.
Park City.
There's like barely any service anywhere, so he's in the bathroom trying to watch YouTube videos about how to roll a blunt. I'm stressed out that I can't do it.
Yeah, well,
And then
because
came up to the guy
It's a
like
lot of
back
pressure.
upstairs and was like, "Hey, I couldn't roll the blunt. Here's the papers. Here's the weed." And the guy's like, "Oh my god!" And he just like rolled it out in the open on the table. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Do you guys want to come to the party?" We're like, "Yeah, of course we want to come party." And he's like, "All right, come with me." And we go out.
yeah, and then we like
When'd you meet King Kong?
Well,
well, so we were smoking with this dude, and then my friend Scott, or our friend Scott, who we also co-direct with, and is a part of Public Cinema Club. He was like, oh, that guy's actually like a really big director. He like directed the new King Kong.
The guy with
movie.
the mink coat?
Yeah.
And we get up to this party, and none of us are on the list, and it's like mad exclusive. And he's like, he gets to the front, and he goes, "Do you know who I am?" Blah, blah, blah. I directed a King Kong movie. And we're with like 15 people that aren't on the list. And they're like, "Let me check with someone." They come back, they're like, "All right, all you guys go in." And we get into this party, and he's like, "This music fucking sucks." And he goes to me and Pipe, and he's like, "Yo, can you guys fucking tell the DJ to play some hip hop or like something?"
Yeah, so then we like it was like weird like kind of like movie soundtrack like stuff playing, and we like walk like through the big crowd to the front, and we like look up, and it's like Elijah Wood DJ.
It's fucking Frodo DJing, and we're just like, "Nah, I can't tell him to go play hip hop. Sorry."
He was playing records.
Yeah, he was playing like only exclusively like
I actually
movie soundtrack records.
Yeah, no, I've heard he's like a very selfish DJ. Like he just likes to play. He does these little parties in like Hollywood and only
Well, if he's
plays, like,
actually
shit.
playing vinyl, you
Only
kind of have
plays
to be
shit.
selfish.
He only plays
Yeah.
shit he's
Well,
like
I
he's
mean,
into.
At least he's
But
not.
he's like, I'm Elijah Wood.
He's not being super selfish because he's putting himself out in the public. So
That's-
True.
yeah.
True. Yeah.
No, Elijah's just selfish as fuck.
no,
Yeah.
I rock with Elijah. You know, I don't think
Yeah.
he's that selfish.
See,
I think
he's a
I
cool
think I just
guy.
meant if you have
Like-
vinyl, you probably have what 2 crates of records with you, so that you're probably not gonna have a
that's
lot of
tough.
shit.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah. Man, that's fucking funny as
I
hell.
mean, okay, so
I didn't even know he
so
DJed.
when did the cocaine come out?
Oh, no comment.
You know,
No commente.
if the director of the new King Kong movie isn't doing cocaine in
Well,
Park City, Utah,
I
then
mean-
what's the point of all this?
Also, gonna say is that while we were there, it snowed about like 3 or 4 feet. It was insane how much it
Yeah,
snowed.
no,
while we
it
were there.
snowed so much.
And our
It was
Airbnb
terrifying.
was like 30 minutes outside of Park City, but like it would take us like way longer sometimes just because we were
It'd
like in
take an hour
Ubers
and a
that were
half.
driving like super slow.
Oh yeah.
It's cool. We had some cool Uber drivers that let us like smoke in the car and shit. Very cool. But
Off the record.
off the
Off
record,
record.
actually. Sorry, excuse me. I didn't say that.
Oh, whatever.
things get weird with Uber drivers sometimes. You
So
know?
you were saying you were saying you had some like cool big new news that you would like can sort of maybe talk about. You don't have to if you don't. I honestly give a shit.
We're we have this musician that we're really into that lives down in Jacksonville, Florida, and we're flying him up to Philly, and we're gonna super boost his music career, and we think he's gonna be a star.
Yeah, so that's part of the big news is we have this musician we're flying up from Jacksonville, and he's gonna be the first like musician signed to our company, and we're gonna make like a 10-track video album with him, and then on top of that, that's one thing going on. Second thing is we got a pilot TV show.
We got a
You got-
big
you got
We got a pilot
interview
TV
coming
show
up.
with a major network.
Dude, that's
I can't
awesome.
dive into details too much, but it's something we wrote like months ago, and it's like we got a budget. It's sick. Yeah, I can't say much more than that. And then we got a big magazine interview with a big magazine with a big exposure.
That's awesome.
I think
Yeah,
Th-
but it's
listen,
so vague. I
Does
feel
it ever
shitty
get weird
saying
with
it,
like the
but,
stuff that like resonates and hits? Because you guys do like
Yeah.
a bunch of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something that like maybe you did a while ago and then like it takes a while and then it just blows up. Does
Yeah.
that like ever happen? You know?
You want
Um,
to talk about
well,
Lean Chronicles?
Yeah, well, we've also started making a bunch of like YouTube videos recently, and we've kind of been getting more traction on that. Like, we have like videos that we've made that like other people are in that have like millions of views and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
we have like a bunch of those, but
like as for like stuff that like we act in and like I don't know, like skits, I don't know if I'd call them, they're more like narrative stuff and
Sure.
like and shit. But mostly we do that on Instagram, but we started doing it on YouTube more. And one of our videos has like a 250,000 plays.
it was kind of weird because
we work at a coffee shop where we mix the coffee with lean and Zans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because like we had this video where it's like it's called Lean Chronicles, and it's like we're these fucking like SoundCloud sort of like kids. I just like fuck ups like mixing Zans and leans into coffee, and serving it to people. But it was like sitting on YouTube for a really long time with like maybe had 1,000 or 2,000 views, and then like somehow like in like July it just started kind of blowing up.
Right when Lil Peep OD'd on Xanax.
No. That was like a year.
Was it?
Yeah. I was actually hanging out with him a couple days before, which was kind of sad. But that's a different story.
Yeah,
but,
like we have like a lot of like our skits and stuff that we make for like Instagram and YouTube, like Weed Cops or like Lean Chronicles, and like people like really like them, and they do really well for us. But like stuff that you're getting like through a TV network, like that like is like much
what
different.
Do you think? Are you nervous about putting this together for the TV network in the sense that like right now you guys have complete license to do whatever you want. Do you think you're going to be in a situation?
That's a good question.
Where they're, hey guys, does that stuff's a little? Does that stuff's
and then definitely. So it's like we'll like do the TV show or like we'll do whatever we do else, and like whatever we have to like do through somebody with like a budget and stuff and like their channel, then like we would like change up what we do for them. Yeah. Whereas in like when we're doing it on our YouTube channel, like we don't give a fuck and we'll throw
I think that's like a good challenge of like how to push the envelope, but still get around like getting around the fine print. You know what I mean?
And that's what happened with our first pilot. Was like we wrote this pilot and we had a bunch of other episodes and we pitched it to him. And the first episode takes place in a strip club, and the network was like, the guy was like, "This is so funny." Like the whole idea for the series is so good. I don't know if we can do a strip club.
You two at a strip club?
It was a couple. It was like the main characters, but like they're like, I don't know if we can do like strip club shit for our network.
Sure.
And we're like, all right, fun. Like we can find like a similar thing that like matches this, and rewrite the script.
Yeah.
So that's like something that's like, all right, we have so many ideas and so many different series. I have like no problem like changing something up for like a certain thing.
Yeah, like watching your videos is like
oh my.
First off,
there's like a million different branches you can go for all that shit.
The concepts are great, and you two as a comedy duo are really good. It's like Pipus, like I wasn't sure like how to read you at first, but like watching your videos, you got like I feel like you're like the straight man a lot, and where you're throwing yourself into the character. And, I love comedy. You guys are great, man. Like I'm a big my childhood heroes were Cheech and Chong, like it was like literally I was like, oh, these guys are the funniest thing in the world.
We're super into Nicolas Cage. We've been
and John Travolta.
I don't know. I don't like John Travolta as much. I really like Nicolas Cage. Yeah, but I mean, but Nicolas Cage really holds Face Off.
John Travolta is playing Nicolas Cage in Face Off, which is like a.
Yeah, no, but I like that. I like John Travolta when he's being played by Nicolas Cage.
That's
why John Travolta.
I love Nicolas Cage. I think he's shit.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of like really extreme actors lately. People that like have no fear and don't give a fuck. Like Nicolas Cage has no.
If you see Mandy,
he is Mandy.
Who he is. But like a lot of people like talk shit on him because like he'll like just like take like kind of like any role or whatever and like do like crazy shit. But like that's kind of cool because he's not just gonna like sit back and like wait for like the good films that's gonna
totally
win an award.
And if you
he's gonna do what he wants to do.
And if you watch a lot of his shit or like a lot of his older stuff and all that, like man, he's been in so many iconic roles that like people nowadays they don't even realize,
He gives 100.
Like Wild at Heart, dude. That movie's fucking awesome. He's
Holy
fucking
shit!
crazy.
Yeah.
Wild Heart.
Wild at Heart.
A David Lynch.
David Lynch?
Yeah.
Fuck, I haven't seen that one.
It's really fucking good.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pipe, how are those cameras? All right. All
You know,
right.
I have a hard time picturing you now without like the face tattoos in the Zan coffee
know.
shop.
Well,
video.
my
I love, dude. I love the face
Man,
tattoos.
John actually has. I'm still mystified.
My favorite.
Do you know he had his tattoos surgically removed?
Really?
I had a friend of mine cut him out of my face.
Yes.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, where'd you have?
Pioneered a brand new fucking technology.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Wait, is that
I
one
couldn't
new?
tell.
Yeah, I got a new one. I'm the only asshole.
Yeah, I see like that. Yeah.
I'm the only asshole that got one removed, and then a week later got another one.
I mean, I guess I
shit
could
up.
see like some. Did you have
Yeah.
like tears there? Or, like,
Yeah.
What is that? Is
sorta
that
like-
Playboy Bunny?
What was that? It's a barbed wire. It looks kind of like a
Nice,
weird
nice,
bird.
Nice.
It looks
I
sick
don't
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones I got removed.
It reminds me of Hoagie Fest.
You know what's fucked up? It's like a new form of like
Yeah.
plastic surgery. It made my crow's feet go away because I'd have all this shit fucking removed. Whatever, enough about face tattoos. But yeah, I'm an idiot. But what can I say?
Well, now you know you
Yeah.
just get it removed, man. That's like it takes the whole pressure off the fucking thing. you
Yeah,
know?
it's fucking cut that shit out.
Maybe rest in little Peep could have his face tats removed, got a whole new identity, and be alive today. If you did this before,
Who
people
knows?
knew about it. You could be saving lives.
So is this like dealing with like, all right, doing like a network deal with like doing a TV show and all that stuff? Is there any sort of like, holy shit, all right, we got to get like super legit because like if we're gonna get this like get big and do all this stuff, like, man, we gotta get like
blow up. Yeah.
Well, I just mean as far as like, you know, like fuck, we gotta get like lawyers, we gotta like, you know what I mean, like figure your stuff out.
Yeah.
Because I always think that when like you blow up and like you get like a big deal, you're like, oh man, what are we gonna do so we don't get like fucked over? You know what I mean? Because there's like a lot of that like weird shit you have to get involved with. You know, where you're like, all right, we gotta be like super adults on this because we're dealing with like some big ass fucking shit.
But
you know,
but you're getting paid not to be adults. It's like it's a balance.
but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Totally.
all right,
Yeah, like on one hand, like you want to make sure that like you're not getting like fucked over, but on the other hand, you want to make sure that you're not like passing up
Yeah.
like opportunities.
Totally.
One thing is like something that happened to us last year. And I want to say like name names, but we had like almost a show lined up, and we like had a lawyer, and we were like arguing back and forth about like contract
Mhm.
shit for a really long time, and then like the whole like network block that was for this TV station ended up getting canceled.
Yeah.
Whereas like if we hadn't like sort of battled with it as long,
You
we would have
probably-
had
probably-
a contract signed at least.
Even
gotten
if it
paid.
wouldn't even got canceled.
Yeah.
But that
but-
doesn't mean that we're gonna take whatever people.
Yeah,
throw at
no,
us. We're
that
still
doesn't
gonna
mean I'm gonna
fight
sign
You're not-
anything.
you're not-
Yeah,
but like,
totally.
You're not
But
gonna
like,
like
but
Nicolas
there is,
Cage
like,
it.
shit.
Well, I mean, Nicolas Cage gets paid a lot.
Listen, if
for-
Nicolas Cage is here right now, we could definitely talk him into a movie.
What was that?
There's no doubt.
What was that show with
We're
the
gonna get
the
Nicolas
bees or the wax sort of thing? What
The
was-
bees. He's calling the
What
bees.
movie was that?
Wicker
It
Man.
was a remake.
Man.
Wicker Man.
We actually haven't
Yeah.
gotten to
I
that
still
one.
haven't
We've been
seen that
watching-
one.
We've been watching a
It's-
bunch of them,
it's
but we
amazing.
haven't gotten to
He
that
punches
one
an old
quite yet.
lady in the face. It's great.
We
In a
just
bear outfit?
I highly recommend going home watching Mandy. I saw it illegally, and it is like this fucking. It's Prime Nicolas Cage. He goes.
It's like all like a lot of people are talking about it.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude! It's like he drinks this shit they call skull juice. It's like this it's this hallucinogenic fucking shit. And he goes like he's covered in blood, and he said the director had him watching Bruce Lee movies. To get in the right mind space.
Skull juice.
We actually just watched Vampire's Kiss, where he's kind of crazy, but he's a vampire.
I gotta watch that.
But
Oh, it's
yeah,
so
I am
good.
a
Yeah,
vampire.
yeah,
I am a vampire. He runs down the street saying that. But like, so like during that movie, like he had another film that like hit box office like while they were shooting Vampire's Kiss, and then like it did like really really good, and then his like agent was like, like vampires kids, like this movie's gonna like ruin your career.
So crazy, like it's gonna ruin you.
Like you shouldn't keep shooting this. You should just quit. Like
What?
it's gonna like ruin your career and shit. So Nick like quit, and then like a couple days later he was like yo, fuck it, like that was a bad decision. Like I'm gonna keep shooting. Like I'm gonna do like whatever I want to do, and like he's just like I don't know. He's just like fuck it mode is like very inspirational.
Yeah, inspirational would be like like you can't let other people dictate what you're gonna do.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I feel like when
you trust your instincts.
for sure, and yeah, I feel like when it comes to like big opportunities like that, like you want to be all in, but then you're like, oh wait a minute, I gotta protect our integrity. I gotta protect our whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with people that are probably like super professionals at like all of that stuff, and you're like, fuck, we just want to like make our shit and like do what we want to do.
There's a lot of idiots in charge of things still.
But like,
and it drags you down too, because you're like I'm the artist that's like doing this, and you suck, and you're gonna find all the little like bullshit to like make this not as cool as we want it to be.
yeah, but like also like a lot of like traditional channels are like kind of suffering. I don't know. People aren't on TV as much, or like
Fuck no.
like traditional like ways of viewing things. So I think like people kind of like do see that like we do kind of like I don't know. I guess like spark people's like interest in a way.
Totally.
And, like so we're not gonna make something that we don't want to make.
Yeah, yeah.
What are your inspirations?
Nicolas
what do
Cage.
God. Jesus. Spank Rock, yeah, for sure. Nice.
Rest in peace, Spank Rock.
He was there 2 nights ago. Yeah.
No, but
well, he had his last Spank Rock show, and he's like changed his name.
That was
over to
it?
Naeem.
yeah, it's the last one.
Like now his artist name is gonna be Naeem instead of Spank Rock.
And the new shit
Like,
sounds fucking
Naeem
incredible.
flows anyway.
So
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, we have a lot of influences and inspirations, but also I try and just like think about like, I think whenever we're making stuff, we just want to make stuff that we want to see and shit that like doesn't exist. And like, I don't want to worry about like what other people think is like cool or like interesting. I just want to like make something that's entertaining for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean entertaining
comes
for
off,
ourselves,
yeah.
but also like definitely influenced through like the internet and what people like to see.
Sure.
Because like when we first started, like we were making videos for a while, but when we first started like directly making them for the internet, it was like 15-second like Instagram videos.
Yeah, it's a while back.
Right.
So then it was just like we just kept doing that for a while, and then like seeing like what people react to, what people like, we kind of just like rock with that more. And then we have like I don't know, we're like friends with some like
It's an old
kind
old
of
man
like
saying,
internet.
which is like he's like milk the winners.
I mean, like crazy funny people on Instagram, like rappers. Like, there's a lot of people doing a lot of funny shit on the internet.
young
And,
children,
Yeah,
yet to be exploited. If any of you have any children out there with any unusual talent, write in the Pipus and Kendra
we actually are looking
at
for child
AOL.com.
We actually are looking for child actors.
Yeah, for like
series.
it's kind of like a Fight Club, but like
That sounds great.
we're
yeah,
not gonna say
a
too
Fight
many
Club and a
details.
tattoo shop with
Yeah.
kids, but
Yeah.
But I mean,
maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
For kids by kids.
that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have. I think like with how short everyone's attention span is, like nowadays to do what you guys are doing film wise and everything, you have to fucking hustle and work your ass off. Cause like the think about it was like 10 years ago. I don't know however long ago, whatever, 10, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. You could like do something cool, and then man, you could fucking ride that wave forever. But that's just like it's like a band that you're like, man, that band is so rad.
Yeah.
You know, yo, that band had like 3 songs that were great that spanned like a 20-year career, and they're still rocking that shit. You know, where it's like that just does not fucking fly. And it's the same sort of thing with like doing what you guys do film wise. You know, before it was like you could just do one thing that's awesome, and then everything could just fucking suck after that. Like, who's the dude that like did that movie like Snatch, or like the movie before that?
Guy Ritchie, man.
Yeah, he did so many fucking crappy movies.
Yeah,
compared to like
King Arthur.
he like rode the wave of like the Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, you know, which basically Snatch was kind of the
Well,
same sort of
he
thing.
married Madonna at some point.
Yeah, but you know what I
So
mean. It's like
that's
gotta
nowadays
fuck you up.
you
you gotta count for something.
but nowadays but nowadays you just can't get away with it.
You know, what?
Yeah,
You
I was-
can't. You
I
gotta
like-
constantly be like
Yeah.
fresh and on
Yeah.
point and like
Yeah. I mean, people want to see new stuff every day, and like we
Yeah.
have so many ideas, and like a lot of people like get caught up, kind of like, in like the. I mean, filmmaking wise, people get caught up in like kind of like the LA like mindset, like, oh, you need like this whole team to shoot everything, like you need somebody else to edit it for you. You need to like, like,
You
and,
need
all
like
this shit.
20,000 to
Yeah.
make a 5
Yeah,
minute.
You're right.
But
which
pretty
is
much,
crazy.
you need like a camera,
Bro.
and, like somebody holding it. And,
I'm
like,
a I'm a
actors
big
and,
I'm a
like,
big fan of
sound
Werner
and shit.
Herzog. The
Yeah.
you
Hell
know,
yeah, we love like
Yeah.
Herzog's like one of our heroes.
he you know, his whole fucking thing is like so punk rock. He's just like
Totally.
He's like you have a camera? Can you borrow or steal a camera? Okay,
Yeah, well,
make a
he's-
movie.
he's
Yeah,
actually-
he's like that's
Like Herzog's like kind of one of the reasons we got into Nicolas Cage because
Of
Port
Porter
of
Call.
Call.
Yeah,
Lieutenant
you know,
Port of Call,
yeah.
New Orleans.
Herzog, he made his first student film by actually stealing the camera from a film program that he wasn't in.
That's the shit, you know?
that's
That's
awesome.
so fire.
yeah.
like-
And you guys got at least like 2 cameras, so you're good, man. This is fucking you're doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And I mean, we like shoot stuff on iPhone sometimes. We still
yeah,
use, like, good
sometimes we'll
sound
shoot
gear,
it
but
on whatever. Like it
I
depends
don't
on
know,
like
it depends on the style.
it depends on the style of the video, like what it like calls for. Like we do some of the I don't know if you guys have seen any of the Judas videos, but we like shoot them on an iPhone and they look like shit, but it lends itself to the style of like it looks like
Yeah.
shit, it feels like shit, the story's shit. You know,
Yeah, like,
but
so-
it's like
so, like,
funny,
yeah,
you know. Whereas like
um,
we could shoot on a 4K camera anytime we want.
Yeah, well,
Like,
well, speaking of the Judas videos,
it's funnier
like,
shooting
like-
on
yeah.
a shitty camera.
like the Judas videos, I play character Christian, and I talk like this, and I'm like, yeah, like my fucking bullshit friend Judas like always steals my shit from me, but like we like to play Xbox together, so like he always like comes over and play Xbox. And,
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, it's like,
from me.
it's this character Judas as like a classic mooch, like literally just always
Oh, wait,
smoking
yeah,
his
yeah,
weed,
yeah.
always stealing his stuff, always
Doesn't-
peeing on his toilet seat.
Don't you
Like,
So he's still my
try to give him your girlfriend or something?
That's the
Oh,
best,
steal his
dude. I
girlfriend.
love
Steal
that.
his girlfriend.
That is the best ever. Always being a mooch, always peeing on the toilet seat.
Yeah,
that is the best like
someone
double
has-
combo.
everyone
'Cause, you know,
has
everyone
that
it's a
friend.
fucking mooch. They're always fucking peeing on the toilet seat, being like,
Like,
"Fuck it, I don't give a
this
shit."
fucking asshole. But it's like there's a weird reason why you keep that type of friend around, right? It's like it's kind of like a weird thing where it's like you love someone and hate them at the same time, you know? And it's like, but you can't. It's just like, all right, this fucker's always around. So it's like his character's like, well, like none of my other friends don't have jobs, and you know, Juice is just always around.
Yeah, in the next
He's
episode.
supportive.
Like,
yeah.
You know?
But in the next
He'll eat
episode,
your
he
cookies.
kind of becomes like a prince of thieves of like a band of gypsies who rob people. And then since he finally has shit, like we become friends again. But
Yeah.
he ends up like locking me out of my house.
Yeah, I
and
lock
then-
him out of his house and
and then-
move like all these thieves into his house.
And,
And
like
we
Halloween
start
decorations.
pawning off all his
And
antiques.
I live with the raccoons down by the train tracks.
Yeah, his house is right next to the train track, so he lives with the raccoon.
And I dislocate my arm by saving a raccoon from a train, and then he relocates my arm. But then I get
The
sent-
raccoon does.
No, Judas
okay.
does. But he doesn't do it properly, so I still have to go to a hospital, and then I find out I have rabies, but I don't want to get rid of it because I can't talk to my raccoon friends.
Yeah.
But then I don't have health insurance, so then the doctor hands me a gun.
Yeah. We just recently watched Blade, so like some of these scenes are very inspired by Blade. Because like there's a scene in Blade where like this girl like dislocates her arm. I was like, yeah, we gotta.
No, doesn't she get bit by a vampire?
That happens, but she also dislocates her arm, and she gets bit by a vampire, and the guy hands her a gun. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
if you start feeling thirsty, or like rabies, also like, here's a gun, kill yourself. Like, you know, it's like the same thing is happening in Judas.
Yeah.
Part 3.
Just
a little insight
I think
info.
you need the next episode work in the blood rave somehow.
Yeah, the blood rave is so sick. We've been
What's happening? It's a blood rave.
So,
Yo, Judas is lit. It's good. How did you how do you figure out your storylines? That you guys just like
We make them
do you
up.
write them down? Do you improv? Or you make you steal them from Nicolas Cage films?
No, like pretty much like the majority of stuff is like original. Like it'll just be like we'll like have like the main idea and be like, this is a really good idea, but it needs like one other thing, and we'll like think of like another idea that like fits with it and like merge them. And I don't know, just like do it.
You dock them. You dock your
but,
ideas.
but I mean, just like you're just like thinking about it and like doing like regular shit or like.
I feel like a lot of this stuff comes from like, we just hang out a lot and hang out with like a lot of like sort of like weird, interesting people, and then like an idea might spark out of nowhere, and we'll just start like riffing on it, and it'll be like, yo, that idea is so good, we should write it down. And we'll just like write a short note, like 2 or 3 sentences, and then just like vibe off of that, like and just like, try and figure shit out.
Yeah, I was like driving and somebody like flashed their headlights at me, so I like had my friend hop out and check if like a headlight was out. But I just like thought how funny it would be if just like gypsies popped out of the shadows and like grabbed them.
And it's like
and then like Judas was like the prince of the gypsies.
Yeah, shit was like having
like trying to steal my car.
You know?
I was gonna say for
That's good.
I was gonna say for the amount of shit that you're putting out, you're probably
Pipus
just like
has an intense cocaine problem and has to tip out. He's working. He's weeding himself off the white stuff.
Yeah. Pipus is over there doing chiz right now.
How much time do we have? All right, and we're back. Boom.
TV magic.
Wow.
All right, everybody else is
Where
gonna
were
have to
we?
take center stage at this because I am fucked up at this point, and I forget everything we talked about.
Well, now that you guys know that we make videos, we're shooting a big video in the big movie town, Hollywood, and we left when we went to the airport, and like weed's legal there.
Yeah.
So like we had a bunch of weed, so I just smoked.
Hollywood.
I smoked a really big joint, even though he was talking shit on my blunt rolling earlier. I'm not a blunt guy. I'm a joint guy, and I roll the best joints. I smoked a huge joint outside the airport, and I just threw it down on the ground. I walked in. I knew I didn't have any weed on my bag, and we like go through security.
And we're going through security, and there's like 30 people behind us, and I'm like right behind Pipe, and the security guard comes up to me. He goes, "You gotta get in the other line. This line is shut down." And there's 30 people behind me, and all 30 people have to go to the other line. I was like, fuck. Pipe's a dumbass. Like, he left weed in his bag. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus
Oh, you
Christ.
thought you were gonna get the like
Yeah.
interrogation shit? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
this-
Pipe is gonna get it.
Yeah, it was this like. It was this,
Listen,
like,
if
it was
anybody's
this, like,
getting
really
pulled out of
angry-
fucking line, it's you.
I mean, it was like, dude, yo, it happens all the time.
They're gonna pull you in line when you get out of the cab from the
this
airport.
like really angry looking Russian dude just like staring at my bag, and he's just like glaring at the screen. And I was like, bro, I know I don't have any weed in there. Like, I know I'm good. Like, I know I'm straight.
And at the same time, I'm like in the opposite line. Like, I cross over. I'm looking at Pipe. I'm just like, we're like, our flight
Were you
is
gonna
about
ditch
to
him?
leave. Our flight was gonna leave in like 20 minutes. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's gonna ditch me.
I was like, fuck. This fucking idiot like left weed in his bag. He left weed in his fucking bag. What a fucking dumbass. And I'm looking over, and like we're all going through the line. I get my shit, and I put it in my bag. I look over, and there's like 20 cops around his bag. And the cops all of a sudden pull out of his bag a fucking Desert Eagle. I'm not even kidding, like a fucking camo Desert Eagle.
Yeah, well,
it's
so
a fucking pistol.
Yeah, we had borrowed it from
this fucker brought a pistol
yeah,
to the airport.
We had borrowed it from a 10-year-old. It was it was a Desert Eagle pistol, but it was an airsoft gun. So like, as soon as the cops came up and pulled it out, I was like, "Yo, you guys are so sorry. It's airsoft."
And that's
And,
how
like,
he smuggled in 20 pounds of marijuana.
Yeah, that's exactly
The perfect distraction. Give him.
So what happened?
So what happened was I saw all these cops pull this pistol out of Pipus' bag.
literally.
And
Like,
I booked it.
Were
you
I ran.
Were you on a hoverboard at the time?
No, those aren't legal in airports.
They're not
anymore.
allowed in airports.
Yeah, they can't.
Wait,
Oh,
so
Wiz
you left
Khalifa.
him?
Yeah, he did.
You're like, fuck this.
Well,
Fuck yeah.
at the time, I had a girlfriend and a family to worry about. So I was like, I'm going back to Philly. I'm gonna hit my Philly shit. You know, like I can't deal with this. I can't get arrested. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I booked it. But then I realized after I booked it, I had left my carry-on suitcase at the TSA.
Yeah, instant
like
karma.
a fucking dumbass.
Wait.
Because I was
Instant karma
hungover
for
too.
being a-
I was drunk too.
I keep thinking when you're saying you booked it that you just ran. Is that what you
No,
mean?
I literally
Oh,
ran
yeah.
through the airport like 'cause we were like late for our flight.
Like he decided to book it because he thought I was getting booked.
Pipus.
Just like-
No red flags at all
Pipus,
of that.
You're like,
Alright, thanks, dog.
you're probably like a foot higher than the cops. Are you now? So are you watching him run away as you're getting questioned?
Yeah,
No, I
was
booked it.
I looked over, I saw him leaving, and I was just like, all right, I didn't expect him to stay. What did I expect out of him?
I didn't
That's
wanna
how your
take the
friendship
hit.
works. You
I
didn't
didn't want to
expect
take
it.
the hit.
Yeah.
But then I also like I was so hungover at the time that
Yeah, yeah.
I had left
Right,
my
yeah, meanwhile-
suitcase at TSA.
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Like, I left my
Meanwhile,
carry-on.
he's only carrying the sound gear. I'm carrying the camera. I'm carrying the props, which is the gun, and I'm pulling all the weight over here, and I just get ditched in security.
I ended up running back and grabbing my suitcase, and by the time I like grabbed my suitcase.
You're like, fuck it. I'll send him. I'll
I
send him
look at
some
the
money.
cops with Pipe holding this gun, and they throw it in the
Well,
trash.
I got super lucky since it was like in LAX. Like I had all the video gear like right in front of me, and they were like, "Oh, like we have people that like have like props like all the time. Like people come through with brass knuckles. People don't usually come through with airsoft guns, but they were like, you can put this in your carry on if you want. I was like, I don't want that gun. Like I just want to get on this plane.
and
like,
they
I have,
just
like, 20
threw it in the
minutes.
trash.
But it was like,
And then we like ran onto the plane.
And
We're
you
the
ran,
last
and you
people
ran up
on
to
the
him,
flight.
and he was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? How do you go? Yeah."
Oh, hey, cool
there a
to see you
problem?
again.
He said, "But,
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair,
I want the cinema vibe.
I was like, oh, what's good, bro? You want me to smoke you up again? What's poppin', Judas? How you doing?
fuck you, fuck you. No, Judas has been around.
Judas came from a lot of places.
Oh my
Judas
God.
came around from my childhood.
Pipus is raised in a nice Catholic household, and he's like not used to the brutal betrayal of a
So in your head, you're like, I got a family to worry about. Fuck this. I'm booking it.
shit.
So it was an awkward flight, I guess, a little bit. Like, hey,
No,
so,
it wasn't awkward.
And then now that he doesn't have a family anymore, out of the kindness of my
yeah.
heart, he's moved into my house, and now we're
Yeah, that's great.
Our family
full
together.
fledged 24/7 force firing moving picture photo squad. Shout out
Yeah.
Photo Club.
Yeah,
Fuck
shout
yeah.
out Photo Club.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
What is the cinema club about?
It's about Public Cinema Club to be concise.
Yeah.
It's about
Making fire content.
making videos that people want to see, making videos that we want to see, making videos about comedy, about drugs, about just
Sometimes,
cool,
yeah.
Stuff people like.
There's
Yeah.
sometimes and place
People
for
like
everything.
drugs.
Yeah,
They like comedy.
yeah. People love drugs these days. Like it's still a little edgy. Like a lot of our videos get flagged by YouTube for monetization.
They're all full of shit.
Almost all of our videos are like flagged.
Yeah, so we can't monetize on a lot of our videos because there's too many drugs and cursing or whatever you want to say in them. But
Yeah.
but overall, I think we are making waves. People do like drugs, and I
Hey
think
man,
YouTube's
you're never
start
gonna go
doing more
broke
drugs.
making funny videos about drugs.
Yeah,
not in America.
honestly, it's pretty crazy. Like, I talked to the head of Vogue like last week, and she told me that drugs are back in style.
That's right, baby. It's like
Pretty cool, yeah.
What the
It's like the Hollerboard reunion 2000.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it's gonna be like a high school reunion, and I went back and I was like, drugs are back.
Drugs are back.
Where were they?
They're trending right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
audience
that's-
question.
Audience question.
Why don't you come in here?
Yeah.
Audience member, we have about 300 people in the audience right now. This is our lucky winner, Chris.
Thanks for picking me. I appreciate it. Big fan of the show. How did you guys meet each other?
Good question.
It's
Tinder.
actually pretty funny.
Tinder.
Yeah. No, we went to UArts like in Center City, and we actually
University of the Arts.
University of the
Arts
Arts.
school.
You know, it's kind of shit school. But
No, I mean
there was good parts. There was bad parts.
School, but I dropped out after 2 years.
Yeah.
He graduated.
I had a full scholarship. So.
Good job, hey.
Hey,
Holla.
but
Ultimately, the best thing about the school is that it exists, so it brought us together.
Yeah. But we actually were in a film class together, and we got assigned together to make a documentary about technology. And the second
Were you randomly assigned together?
Yeah.
Dude, talk about the fucking universe.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
rolling bones. That's crazy. They
And-
just they're like, you two get together and make a short film about technology.
Yeah, and
right?
and we
well,
decided
Hello, my
like-
name is
yeah, well, so it's-
Matthew.
Like the thing was, it was all shot on like 16mm film, and it's supposed to be about like current technology, but we kind of decided to make it about futuristic technology. So we went down to the pier and we were like smashing fluorescent light bulbs on each other, like. and
yeah,
slow
we
motion.
like put his brother like in a cockroach costume and bought a bunch of fluorescent light bulbs from Walmart and smashed them on him. And we're like, that's our documentary about technology.
Yeah, and
We're wearing really cool sunglasses.
Yeah, we look
outfits.
super tech.
what
like,
what were you guys wearing?
like windbreakers and like cool sunglasses.
Yeah, dude, this sunglasses were
Obviously,
so
the
fucking
future.
tight. It is so
Obviously,
futuristic. It was so fucking tight, and like we showed this film in class.
And,
And
like
all of our
everybody
friends-
in this,
everyone
everybody
in
in
the
the class
class-
liked it, but our
Everyone in the
professor
class
hated
was
it,
like
shut it off.
laughing their ass off, and then, but like, our teacher shut it off in the middle of the thing, while everyone was like enjoying themselves, and gave a lecture and gave us an F. And
An F?
Ever since then, we were like,
That's how you know you're on to something, though.
ever since then,
You
we're
know?
like, yo, we just need to fucking make shit.
When you can
together.
really piss
Yeah.
off like authority, that's how you
Yeah.
know you're on to something. You know, you got magic there.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I mean,
Wow.
I mean, but like, cause, I mean, the projects that I did like in class, like nobody in the class really liked them, so we were like, well, I mean, we'd rather just make this like stuff that our friends like to see,
Yeah,
rather than stuff.
and
Yeah,
then
right.
the second
The
time I
people
hung
that
out with
are
Pipus, like
showing our friends things they
after
wanna
that
see.
film, after we did that film and got F,
When your parents let you hang out again together.
yeah, when
again?
when we let us hang out. Again. The second time we hung out, it was like right after we got F, and it was Hurricane Sandy, and Pipus texted me and was like, yo, I just got a bunch of new swords, like we should battle.
Well, it was
And
it was
and, well, and
it was just
I was like, yeah, come through to my house, and he came through to my house, and it was like the eye of the hurricane in Philly, and we're just like battling on swords.
I mean, it was just,
and
it was just like the
a
cheap.
bond.
It was just like the
Yeah.
cheap wooden swords that you get from like China.
Yeah, they're like the Kembo swords,
drinking
but
and
like,
like fighting with them. We,
but
like,
they were
cracked
sick. And then we made another film after that, and then like we just kind of kept on like fucking around, making films together. Yeah.
That's
You
so.
never-
You know, I think it's so weird when like when you get an F from a teacher.
Listen, I'm
That's
fine.
pretty
I know,
devastating. Like a D- or whatever. Like, come on, give us like a little bit of fucking credit for something.
No, that's why I.
But
think
an
that's
F
why
is just
that's
like
why
so
the F's
such a
great.
fuck
That's why the
you.
F's great. A C,
F,
a
an
C
F.
or D sucks. An
Yeah,
F,
no,
an F's
yeah, I
great.
mean,
An
like,
F is
F
kinda
means you
like-
like
Yeah,
total
F means-
violation
an F
of,
means,
of,
like-
of the fucking
An F just means the
principle
teacher's like,
rules.
you know what? I wish you didn't exist anymore. That's basically what an F is.
Yeah, I
They're just
know,
like
yeah.
F. There's nowhere lower you can go. Like that's it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's
it's
it.
like if you get a C, it's like all right,
Yeah.
I failed. But then
That's
when you get an F,
legendary.
you're just
Yeah,
like,
if there was a G, you'd
What am
get
I-
that. But unfortunately, F.
I mean, honestly, it's just like, you know, clout points. You know, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you know, it's clout to get an F, to get a C, to get a D, to not be educated.
So was it after that you were like, well, fuck this. I got an F. I'm out. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna just stick around. I'm gonna like.
Well, he dropped out, but I mean, I had a full scholarship, so I was like, all right, like, I'm gonna
Now wait,
do this
hold on
for a
second.
while. But I was doing
you got-
robotics.
You got a
for
scholarship,
while.
yeah.
I was doing robotics for a long time, but I always liked doing videos way more.
What
even for-
what is the University of Arts Robotics shit about? Like, what are you guys building over there?
I was gonna say
nothing, bro. Like that, I was
Robotics
the whole
sounds
program.
like way-
I
shit
was
we
like
should
the
know
whole
about.
robotics program. Like
Yeah,
You
That
built the
sounds-
it wasn't
hoverboard?
shit.
Is that where the hoverboard comes
robotics
from?
sounds like way too much work.
You should have.
It's a lot of work.
Look, listen,
So you're-
look, you guys. Look, for the
it's a lot of
record.
work.
For the record, I would have gotten a full scholarship too.
I
I did get a scholarship even though my grades were really bad because I was selling a lot of weed in high school.
Yeah,
so you know, like
Would you get the scholarship for
Yeah,
selling
it's not
weed?
drugs.
I got bad grades in high school, but I got good drugs in high school. So it's but I mean even nowadays like it's like we're not judged by our grades. We're,
Oh,
ju-
dude,
we're, we're
fuck
judged by
that
our,
shit.
we're judged by our videos and our
Of
drugs.
course.
Yeah,
And by
yeah.
things that happened to parties in the 1980s.
Big facts.
Yeah, I was a terrible student. So fuck that shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I really don't think it like matters.
This guy's not a terrible student, dude.
Yeah, we
You
got-
don't-
we
you
got
don't get a
teachers pet over
scholarship
here.
for robotics by being a terrible student. Like,
Well, I
yeah.
realized I
Well,
hated
but
it
it's like
afterwards.
it's also.
What was your
it's-
scholarship
well,
in? Fucking cosmetology?
No, it was like photography, cinematography. Fuck you. but look. Meanwhile, he's leading the robotics department at an art school. So there's nothing tech about it. It's an art school.
It's totally
You're like, hey, we're just getting this robotics department started. This guy knows robots. He loves robots. Yeah, all right. What do you got?
Whatever. Scholarship or robotics has got to be a losing battle.
He's
I
like,
think there's some
they're
like,
like, they're like, what have you
there's
built?
some like
There's
They're like, what have you built? He's like, I got this
there's some like
erector
12-year-old
set.
in China that's got you fucking beat. You know what I mean?
Yo, I mean, nobody else is gonna make
Oh, yeah.
robots because now robots
Yeah.
are making robots. So why would
Yeah.
why would a human make a robot when there's so many robotic arms that are gonna create
what?
new robots in it.
I think you're right. This making videos for YouTube thing is way better than a career in robotics.
Yeah, big facts. I went to like an ad agency for a while, realized I hated making robotics for them. Worked for some artists and realized I was like, I'm not an engineer. I don't want to be doing crazy shit.
What did you like about it though? It's just like it's got to be challenging.
I like challenges, but I always liked like making crazy shit, and the shit I always cared about was documenting it, like filming it. So like I kind of knew like that I kind of liked filming shit a lot more. And I was like, why am I going through all this trouble to like invent this like crazy like jacket or like system that like does this thing where I could do it with a little bit of movie magic.
Yeah, and like as long as you're filming, you can just do it like super quick. And
Yeah.
I used to do a bunch of like photography, but I got kind of like bored of it. And like
Sure.
it's like and then like I just like transitioned that over to like cinematography, and it's like I can spend like a lot more time like thinking of a video idea, how I'm gonna present it, and like incorporate like photo into that and stuff. But just like I'm just like spending a lot of time just like
Going to school for that shit must be so weird because you're like dealing with some like antiquated professor that has their idea of like what is good
University
and what
of Arts
isn't.
wasn't
Yeah.
teaching.
And like,
what
what
you
the
guys
fuck
are
do they
doing.
know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then like we were making videos all the time anyways, so it's like
it's like
not-
I'd
it's-
rather do that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like I'm not dropping out because I'm like I don't know what I want to do, and like I want to like party or whatever. It's like I want to party, I'm gonna keep partying. It's not why I'm dropping out, but like I'm just like want to like keep making like videos and just
Well,
like,
yeah.
I was like instead of like paying
School is fucking time-consuming.
instead of like
Expensive,
yeah,
yeah.
instead of paying money to do it, like as long as you're like doing what you want to do. I mean, there are things where you do need to like study to actually do it, but like the main thing about like doing shit is just doing it.
yeah, and also especially with like video stuff, it's like it takes so many people to make a video that like it makes so much more. It makes a lot of sense to like pair up with someone and be like, oh, we can do this together, and like, you know, like multitask and like figure out all the different aspects of this.
I mean,
versus doing it on your own.
I
'cause
tell you,
it's such
I
a
look
pain
at a
in
lot
the
of.
ass,
There's a
you know?
lot of like directing teams that are like partner directing
Yeah.
teams. You got like on the big end of things, you got like the Russo brothers who they used to direct some episodes of Community and sitcoms.
Yeah.
But they're very funny, and they wound up jumping from there to like the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
So they did these big movies, and they work really well together. You got a lot. The Farrelly brothers, you know, are like some of the
Glass Brothers,
yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of I think it's really good if you're lucky enough to find someone you work well with. It complements your strengths.
And like also like we're like we definitely want to take bigger projects, but like we mainly just like want to like make shit out of Philly, and like we fuck with Philly, like we hate
that's what I was gonna ask, like what keeps you in Philly, and like because I think that's something that also you guys probably think is, or maybe I don't know, some sort of staple of like what you do, as opposed to like if you were like in LA.
For sure.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, like we know a bunch of people here now, and like we have like a network of people. We met some people in school, and just like being around, we've met people. But like shooting in LA, it's like a lot harder because people are always trying to like ask for a permit and shoot you down and shit. But like here in Philly, people are just like hype when you're shooting. They're like, oh, nobody else is shooting. Like
like
hopefully it works
do
out.
whatever the fuck you want.
If we were in LA trying to shoot like a scene in a club, we would have to like pay the club like thousands of dollars to even get in there, because people are like used to like some whatever Hollywood ideal. Whereas like in Philly, we can kind of do whatever you want, and we can meet like way more interesting people, and it just makes everything like way more interesting, like
more about like the idea of what you want to
totally
do, and you're like, I don't want to deal with all this other bullshit of like
we're just it's Philly, man.
Like
we're just happy to be in shit. If someone's like, oh, you want to get in our picture? Whatever.
We're happy to do shit too.
It's like there's like the production aspect where there's like everybody in Philly's like down to do creative shit, but like also just like a representative like aspect. Like I was born in Philly, I like grew up in Delaware, but like we've both been here for a while, and like we like fuck with Philly like heavy. And just like a lot of people like go to LA and are trying to like make it big and make movies and shit, but like we're just like here like repping Philly, and like having like a bunch of people like from here like acting shit and like making shit that like feels like it's like, I don't know,
you guys
people way more real, like not like it's like super unauthentic, you know what I mean? Like if you do stuff here and it's cool and like that's your thing, like if you go to LA and like it's just,
and everyone in LA,
everybody does that.
Part of the problem is like all the writers in LA are all writing about the same shit, because they write about their personal experiences, and like everyone's just writing about like, oh, trying to make it in LA, which like gets super boring. Like I don't want to see another like series about like another comedian trying to make it in LA. You know, I want to see like some shit that's like different. And like there's not a lot of different idea. We just think it's important to like be somewhere else.
I mean, even
different perspectives.
Always Sunny is shot in LA.
Yeah, or at least like half of it. Or, I don't even really know.
They do like just some like exteriors and then a few like pickups. I kind of
but like even that, like even though it takes place in Philly, like it's like I don't know, it's like it's still not representative of like all of Philly, and it's just like there's just like so many characters, like this dude Joker that balances bikes on his face. Our homie Hot Boy.
Wait, I know.
Hot
wait,
Boy.
wait on, back up. Yeah, I know.
Biggest in the.
Oh, you said Joker that bounces bikes. I know exactly
you know
what
that.
You're talking
Yeah,
about.
I do too.
That's a fucking legend, bro.
Joker's a Philly legend.
Party Steve. There's so many legends in Philadelphia, and so much interesting shit. That's like, I want that to be on TV. Like I'm tired. Party Steve needs to be on TV. You know, like. I want to see that on TV. I'm tired of like this fucking LA like Louis C.K. knockoff like on TV. Like I don't care. Like show me something interesting.
It's like
like show me something like new.
Yeah, like when we're on set for Lean Chronicles at Win-Win, like everybody's outside like smoking cigs, and Party Steve's like, oh, we're shooting a movie. Whereas meanwhile in like LA, you get everybody on set and like somebody just be like oh, like where's the fucking decaf coffee?
Yeah, where's my fucking
what's my
Java?
What's my motivation?
Where's my Java? Why am I motivated for this? Whereas in over at Philly, everybody's like mad motivated. Everybody's like
Plus, you can use real lean on set in Philly.
Yeah, in Philly you can do whatever you want.
Honestly, like I've never like I've never had lean, but I would definitely try it. Like I just haven't been around the right people.
Yo, also shout out the Barbary. We were looking bathrooms. Or we were looking batteries in the bathrooms over there. We weren't looking.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
The same ones John had to clean the poop up on.
Oh, that was good.
John, I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in that sweet ass silver pendant on your chest?
Thanks. Oh, from before? Oh yeah.
Can we
yeah.
see?
Yeah, come on, put on the fangs.
Come on, put on the
let's see,
fangs.
Put on the
bro.
fangs.
Be true to yourself.
Dude, this is
John's
honestly
actually-
inspiring to me.
John's a real life vampire.
So in case it calls for it, I have fangs on me at all times. And,
How many times have you had to bust them out? Because shit
I've only
got
had these
real?
for like 2 weeks.
How many times have you busted them out in 2 weeks?
Wait, let me ask you a question. Have you ever like had to deal with the cops for anything and then forgotten and you had those in?
Dude, I used to. Whenever I'd have to deal with the cops or whatever, I'd go outside with my shirt on,
Great,
and they'd be like,
man.
"That's the owner," and they would look at me like, "What in the fuck?" Instead of like no shirt on, I'd be like wasted. I'm like, "Yeah," I like makeup on. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the owner. Everything's cool. Everything's cool." No problem.
the cops are like, hey man, you fucking seen Blade? Let's get out of here. Like, some shit going on.
this.
Yeah, these guys are connected.
John, now that you have
Vampires rule everything.
Now that you have your fangs in, we were wondering if you'd be willing to act in Lean Chronicles 2.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right, cool.
Why not?
They look great.
They're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that looks hard as fuck.
Yeah, they want to do Lean Chronicles 2 at the bar.
Yeah, so like Lean I don't know if you've ever seen the first one, but it's about a coffee shop that
Oh, dude, I just told you Weed Chronicles is like some fucked up vampire.
it
Like,
happened at Win-Win. Zoom in, baby.
Those are not cheap. Those are custom fangs.
There's like
Fang.
$100. It's not that bad.
That's not bad actually.
It's
not
not
bad.
too bad
Yeah.
at all for fangs.
How come normal dentists, if
I
you
have
want
a-
something,
I have
it'll be like way
A
more?
couple of natural fangs.
I
But
know,
they're
I
not as
totally
cool as
do.
yours.
Oh my god, you got
Well, there's
bottom
that.
too.
That's
Yeah,
something
Holy
like
shit.
bottom and
genetic.
on
That's
the top.
something like people. Some people
Whoa.
have those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Not as
dig
cool as yours,
those.
though.
Yeah. Well, those are fucking real.
Yeah.
I'm the
Those are-
asshole that's got to put these in. Be like, oh, cool. Here we
No,
go.
that's sick, though.
yours
Link
look
Chronicles
better than
2, though, is about... So the first one is about, like, we run this, like, coffee shop that spikes all the coffee with lean and Zans.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, well, mix because everybody knows what they get. And it's like we run the hottest like coffee shop in town. We mix
Yeah,
the coffee.
facts.
With
What's the name of the coffee shop?
Well,
Link Chronicles, I don't know.
yeah. Well, we had.
I
a
mean,
name-
like where you shot it at a real place.
Yeah, we
right?
shot
at
at
Win-Win.
Win-Win. We shot at Win-Win.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
had our homie Jamerson made a theme song for it where he's talking about mixing coffee with lean and Xannies. So it's like we got the hottest shop. The second one is all about like imposters popping up.
Yeah.
So-
So, like, the second one, in the second video, or in the second episode, like, this Molly Water shop opens up at the Barbary. And it's like, yeah, like, it's not a bar, but it's like a Molly Water shop where people just go there. They don't drink alcohol. They just drink Molly Water and listen to DJs play.
Yeah, and then so you got a bunch of like goths like over cauldrons like mixing up Molly water.
Oh,
and,
dude,
like-
that's so good.
and then you have like the bartender mixing like different like LaCroix flavors with like Molly and so.
Yeah, June, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
Uh,
I feel like there's a good market for like goth
Molly water.
Molly
Molly
water.
water.
Honestly, I was like, when is this place open? That's a Saturday night right there.
Facts.
But
It's cool. We're just gonna have that up here. We're just
Makes
gonna have
you
we'll have like a totally different menu. We'll just have Molly water. What was the other thing? We just have Molly water, party water. We'll just be
Party
vodka.
water. Hey, everyone, party water is tequila and club.
Tequila
That's
Club.
what,
There
if
you
you
go.
get order tequila
Molly
club
water.
in Philadelphia, that's party water.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's like the best idea ever.
Copyright, trademark.
I feel like you should,
Copyright
Give me a party
Public
water.
Cinema
Like you
Club LLC.
Yeah.
If you order a Tito's and Club, that's bye juice. Keep it straight.
Yeah,
Fucking gold.
What do you guys think about wrapping it up and
Yeah, let's wrap it up. I want to have another drink
always
downstairs.
I always recommend wrapping it up.
Yeah,
Wrapping it up.
Listen,
Wrap
it doesn't always work, but usually I'm a liar.
Yeah, this is awesome. We got to do.
I had such a great time,
Dude, we got to do a part 2
Yeah.
once you get the network shit going and all of that.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
shit's
man.
about to go crazy. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude,
In November, I think stuff might be a little wild.
You
I
guys
didn't know anything about you guys.
You guys
I'd
leased
be-
the
that's
cars
fucking
yet?
awesome.
You leased the.
Well, actually, we're going to Colorado next week. I'm buying a car for $4.20 and ghost riding it across the country. That's actually a
Wait,
true
what?
story. No, I'm buying a car for $4.20 in Colorado.
Okay, first purchase with your Hollywood money. What is
Yeah,
it?
it's that car, bro.
420. What's your first purchase with the Hollywood money? What do you get in out of the gate?
I'd probably try to find a drug dealer that had a bunch of different things. And
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a fucking drug cocktail.
Yeah, no, but I'll like the good drugs.
Just
like,
you got to
I'll
ask
like,
him for the Heath Ledger.
I'll like no. Like,
The Heath
like
Ledger,
doing
damn,
chat.
man.
None of the bad stuff that's gonna
Oh.
kill you. All the fun stuff that's gonna make you have a
Fuck
great time.
yeah.
Nice. Well, got to keep that creative process flowing. It's
No, I mean
important,
it's not even about the creative process. It's just about the drugs help us get here. So
Yeah.
how
Honestly, I can't wait till you guys see my 6-pack next week after
It's gonna do
ghost
six
ride
times,
the
yeah.
whip across the country.
Are you gonna stop? Are you gonna do like stop crunches every 15 minutes?
Just you'll see. It's gonna be impressive. It's gonna be super.
All right,
impressive.
we definitely need to like part 2 this bitch. How's
Fuck
that?
yeah.
I'm down
Yeah.
for a part 2.
Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
Probably a sword is the first thing I was gonna buy.
Yeah, we got swords, we got weapons, we got guns. Probably more guns. I don't know.
The longest key bump
Yeah,
ever.
I mean, listen. Wait, you bought one thing with that. You bought.
That'd be the
Didn't you
fucking
buy?
coolest shit ever. If you were in a bathroom and somebody's like got a key or whatever, you're like, fuck that shit. And you pull a fucking sword out.
Do you have that? Do you have that replica? That replica.
Actually, I don't have it on me,
thingy
but
on you?
I have a sword key.
Yeah, the
Like,
card key.
Hold on.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
look at this.
don't have it on
Have you
me.
seen anything like that?
Whoa.
That's a.
You wanna hit
That's
this
from
vape,
the
bro?
original Star
You wanna hit
Wars. Elon Musk.
You just hit
smoked
that
weed
button.
on his podcast.
Tell me about the sword.
Yeah, so I got this sword key. That's
Yo,
that's
here
like
you
the,
hitting this fucking sci-fi thing with your vamp team. Next, that's the future. That's the next. Yo, he does not smoke weed ever, like ever.
here, like hit it one more time. Like, hit it first, All right, go.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
shit
so-
looks like a fucking car key,
Yeah,
right?
so I got this.
You want to
got-
smoke out this
I'm
car
like-
key?
Dude, yo, so I'm
look
telling
very-
you.
I'm the fucking count.
1, 2.
One.
So I got this car key, or no, it's not a car key. It's the key to it's the key to my house, and it looks like a sword, but it's pretty sick. But you're talking about doing the longest key of all time, anyways, and off a sword. So if you had a sword key, but if you had like kind of a thing at the end that like you have for a car where it's like bigger, and then in there you have like a conveyor belt that comes out and goes down the key, that you could just like
So
do
it
the
just
crazy,
keeps going.
yeah. I
That'd
think
be
that-
awesome.
All right, cool.
All right, let's wrap this
That
shit
was
up.
great.
Dude.
I'm so glad
This
we
is
hung
fucking
out.
awesome.
Yeah,
Fuck
it was
yeah.
so fun.
It was super
The future
fun.
of cinema, right here.
You want to wrap
okay.
it up? I want to let you
Yeah.
wrap it
Now,
up.
if people can, man, this sounds like a 1 2 1 2. Welcome
got
to
real quick music started.
WKBUFM. Now, if people want to check you out, what's the easiest way to wet their beak into, or wet their little selves and get into the world of your creations?
On YouTube, you can check out Public Cinema Club, Instagram, Kendra_Uncut, Pipus the Wise.
Yeah, or publiccinemaclub.com, whatever. We don't
Fuck yeah.
care. Just like check us out wherever. You can see us regardless. We don't give a
Pipus
fuck.
and Kendra, Public Cinema. Fuck yeah. That shit was awesome.
You guys are mad.
Bravo. Bravo.
Y'all are awesome.
Dude, this is fucking
Love
great.
you
You
guys.
listen to another episode of the John and Tommy Show.
That's what we're called.
What? Is that what we're calling it?
John is so high right now.
I know, dude. I'm fucked up, man. This is great.
You're higher than Elon Musk.
I know. Man, that was fucking awesome.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
That's such a good
Thank you, guys.
Kidding as fuck.
Thanks, Gina.
Let's get a drink. Let's smoke a cigarette.
Yeah,
Let's
fuck
chill.
yeah, it's gonna drink.
Let's party. Great shit.